Hello, you all. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sheba, and I'm on here to share some cards that I created using the new Tim Holtz alcohol neon inks that came out about a week ago or so. He did a live this past Saturday, sharing with us all who watched the video on how to use the neon inks. He said they're a little bit different because they're more pigmented than your regular neon inks if you have them. But if you don't, I'm going to go ahead and share with you just a little bit, how I use them to create my cards that I'm going to share with you all. But before I get started, I hope that you're all having a great day. And I want to thank you all for coming over to my channel and watching my video. So thank you all so much for that. And I want to say, excuse my nails. I've been playing a lot, crafting, playing with a lot of the different mixed media stuff. So yeah, my nails look a little rough, but I digress. So anyway, let me go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to share with you the inks, the new colors, if you haven't seen them. So you have the Caution, which is this orange. And then you have the Ignite, which is like another orange, like a lighter orange than the two. And then this one's a Fluorescent, which is it looks just like a fluorescent marker, like a highlighter. And then you have the Atomic, which is like a orangey pink kind of color. And so if you compare the two, and then this one's Hyper. So those are the two different pinks. Well, this one's got a little bit of orange tint to it. And then we also have the Razzle, which I love this purple. And then the Radioactive, this real pretty green. And then Electric. So those are the 8 colors. And I bought them in a set of 8. But you can also purchase them individually as well. And he did show, like, if you take a black light and put it up, and shine the light up on the colors, it will give you that really bright neon color, which is so cool. So yeah, so love that. I also use, along with that, of course, my alcohol blending solution. And you can use 91% alcohol as well if you choose to use that. And then I also use my blower. So I've been having this stuff for a while. And then I also, because he showed in the video where you can mix, your other colors, your other alcohol ink colors with it, with the neon. So I use the Juniper, and then I use the Gravel because I started actually creating along with the live, as I was watching. And so I used the Gravel like he did, and then the Cosmopolitan. So yeah, so I use those. And then along with that, I use this die from Tim Holtz. It's called Wildflower. So I use this one and this one. This is my first time using this die. And then I also use from Stampers Anonymous, I use the French Garden, which is CMS 487. So I use this one right here, and then I use this like sunflower right here. So those are the items that I use. And then along with that, of course, you got to have your, something that the alcohol ink can stick onto. So I did use some black alcohol ink cardstock, some white alcohol ink cardstock, and then I also use translucent cardstock, which you can heat emboss on. So it's safe to heat emboss on it where it doesn't bubble up the cardstock. So yeah, so that's what I use. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you all the first card that I created. So this is the first one. And so this is using that translucent. And so I did use a little bit of the Gravel alcohol ink. And then I used some of the blue, which is the Electric, the Razzle, the purple. And I just kind of blend the colors in. I think this is the one that he shared, and that's when I started making with him. And so I use that in the background. Then I heat emboss with the flower in Gold Ranger ink. And then this is like a Sending Thanks sticker from one of his sticker books. And I did use my tiny attacher to attach it to the white cardstock, and then I glued it onto the black cardstock. So it's not an actual card, it's just like a card front. And it's, I just made it for myself just to have to look back on. And then along with that, I made this one, I'm sorry. And this is my favorite out of the two. And so here's that heat embossed flower from the French Garden stamp. And then here is the background. So I did use like the purple. I used the, which one did I use? I used the Hyper. And then I used some of the green in there. And then I also blended in some of the Juniper. Yeah, I use this Juniper as well. So that's what you kind of see here in the bottom here. And at the top. So yeah, so that's what I did. And it says Sending Love. And then the next card that I created, I just used some white alcohol cardstock. And so here is this one. And so I used the, as you can see, the really bright pink, neon pink, and then also some of the gravel and some of the purple. So it's all blended in together. And then I cut out the die twice because I want to kind of be full on top of the background. And I just put the stick that says hello friend. And that is that card. And I glued it against some black cardstock. And so my favorite of the two that I'm about to share with you all is this one right here. So this is my favorite out of the two. And this one is using the black alcohol ink cardstock. And so I have never played with this one nor the translucent, so this is my first time playing with these two. And I love the way this black turned out. Now when my first attempt, I was like, I don't know if I like the black or not. But I'm like, okay, let me do it a little bit differently. So what I did was I just took a little bit of that blending solution, put it down, and then I put my color down. So I use on this one, I use the electric, the fluorescent, and the Razzle. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, not the Razzle. I did not use Razzle. I used the Hyper, the pink. Yeah, so here's the colors right here that you can see that I use in the background. Love the way it turned out. So I just used a little blending solution, put the color down, and I blew it out with the blower. And then I put the next, blending solution again, color, and I just kept doing that until I got it all the way blended down to the bottom of the card. And I love the way that turned out. And then there's that die that I cut out in black cardstock, just like I did with this one. And I put Happy Day on this one. So these are my 4 cards that I created as I was playing and watching Tim Holtz live this past Saturday. I was going to say today. But yeah, this past Saturday, watching us live. And I had a lot of fun, playing with these inks and just kind of learning. You got, like I said, you got to play with your stuff in order to experiment and learn how to use it. So that's what I've been doing. Just been playing with different things and learning and watching lots of videos and learning and watching lots of videos and playing. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in my craft room, you guys. And this has been so much fun. Just trying to, see what I can come up with. Not everything is a go for me, but, I tried again and it, the second time I tried, it turns out and I like it. So yeah, so I hope that y'all enjoyed my share of my cards I created using the new Tim Holtz alcohol neon inks. And I did purchase mine from Simon Says Stamps. So yeah, but they are, available pretty much everywhere now. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and share with you all my cards I created. I hope that y'all enjoyed. I do want to thank you all so much for watching. You all have yourself a great day. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.